Hello everyone, Rare Modern Reviews here, and today we have two big packages to unbox. So moving on to our first package here, I just couldn't help myself. I had to leave all the packing paper here just to show you guys how ridiculously stocked this thing was with all the paper here. It's just like, come on, look at this. Like, this is overkill. I'll even spoil it for you guys right now. There's only one thing in this box, yet they put all this extra packaging paper here, and it's just like, why? So moving on along here, we have a first kit here of this unboxing, which is going to be the Master Grade Hi-Nu Gundam Ver.Ka. So I, of course, went ahead and opted for the newer version of said kit, as I'm not sure what the quality of the original Hi-Nu is. Some there even is one. But just looking around the box here, this thing is just like amazing. It's just the quality of the box art's top notch as always. And I'm just really excited to go ahead and build this thing and get into what we have going on here. Now looking into the equipment here of this suit, I noticed that we have beam Gatlings. I'm just trying to figure out where in the world are the beam Gatlings, because the head Vulcans are a separate equipment listed here on the manifest. So I guess the only way to figure out where exactly these beam Gatlings are is by building it, because it certainly is not the beam rifle, which again is another listed equipment. Also have to point out this thing has blue beam sabers. I just love any kit with blue beam sabers. So moving on along here onto the contents of the box itself, we have a glorious A plate here with that purplish, I guess you could call it like a violet color here, along with the yellows, clear pieces. You of course here have this nice pearlescent white here, with some black or gray on the back here for some more plates going on there. And just like, it's just a pretty hefty sized box too, but just plate after plate I'm going through, I'm just getting more and more excited for the eventual build of this thing. I'm not sure when I'll build this thing, but hey, that's the point of these unboxings, for you guys to see what I currently have in my collection here, and for you to decide what you want me to review next. What you guys want to see is what influences what I build and eventually review. So that's why I cannot stress enough. Don't be shy, guys. Post in the comments. I do not bite. If there's any negative, harsh, or hateful comments, I am quick to get rid of those, whether it's pointed towards me or someone else. This is a very safe community I have here, and I will do everything in my power to ensure that. So let's build it up, guys. Give me some more interactions. Let's go. So, of course, here we have some grays here, or light grays, rather. So this is clearly going to be for the shield. That's pretty much just the shield runner we just looked at there. These are going to be for the fin funnels there. Nice big plates. And here we have what is one of the final plates there. I think I've seen some beam zippers on the runners there. Some clear plates here. This is going to be for the action-based photo funnels, which is amazing because you need something to pose those funnels. It might as well not even have those things detachable if you can't get them airborne. And then we have a water slide decal sheet, and I am just dreading this thing because these are all for the fin funnels. So if you don't put these on, they're just going to be solid white, and it's just going to be mandatory. And I'm just going to say right now, I'm horrible with water slide decals. So it's just to the point where Bandai is going to force me to get my head on straight. These decals here, nice base here for the fin funnels, the Amuro logo on it. And now finally, wait, one more thing in here. This is going to be, okay, poly caps. I believe the other thing was for the hands. It's used the 3.0 hands and the blue beams. So we are going to go ahead and look at the menu here. And once more, I just cannot stress how amazing all of the box art, the menus, everything for the Ver.Ka brand is. It just really just like, I feel like the real grade slogan of excitement embodied should maybe go to the Ver.Ka line. I mean, sure, the real great line, it could be excited to build too, but you just cannot beat what you just get from just unboxing this thing, looking through the menu. All of that is just incredible an experience. Now, one thing I'm going to mention right here is the fact that, unfortunately, since this is a bit of an older kit, everything here is going to be written in Japanese, so I cannot read the interview or any of the details they're going over with the specs and pictures we have here, but at least we can look at the runners here and always know what we're talking about, or rather seeing. Now, again, with this being a bit more of a modern massacre, and honestly, I haven't built many Ka kits, but I can say that a lot of them have this similar structure with the manual. Like I believe the Zeta Gundam even looks sort of like this, except with more English. But overall, Although Verka kits are expert level kits that you really need to bring your A game to build, I still am fairly certain that if you have a decent amount of experience, you still be able to get through this thing no problem. It's just the fact that it's going to have lots of those small, tiny parts for you to go through here. So you have to really be patient and pay attention, because you mess up anything, you're more than likely going to break something. So with me having have built several Master Grade Unicorn Gundams, and of course the Zeta Gundam, which had no hitches in the build for me at least, I'm very confident I'll be able to knock this thing out of the park. It's just those water slide decals I'm a little worried about, but I will see what I can do about those, because it's going to look very naked if I try to review that thing without those decals. So I'll maybe try to practice on something with decals I don't care much about before I tackle that thing. So I want to make sure I get those things right. I'm not sure if those will be decals being bigger or not. It will make it easier, but hey, we shall find out. But getting on along here, one thing I can definitely say is I haven't read the Beltactika's Children novel, but of course I do know what the High Nu is. And I can't say I love the fact that both this and the Nightingale, which come from the same series, have those fuel tanks on. It's just something about them. They just look really cool. And I'm glad they added that little aspect to the High Nu here. So of course we just have the last of this instruction here, rounding out with accessories and a backpack and all the overall final construction bits here. And one detail I didn't know about was the fact that this thing can put its beam sabers apparently either in the arms to kind of work as like beam tonfers, or in the backpack. So that's interesting. Still has the signature Hyper Bazooka going into the backpack as well. And of course, this was the era where everything had LEDs. So this thing can have an LED attached to it. However, it will not have one included. And I do not believe I have one handy. I might have one handy with the gun tank. I think that came with an LED, but that battery has long since been dead. So yeah, don't expect any LEDs being shown off in this review. Probably any review, really. I'm not much of a fan of LEDs, if I'm honest. So of course, we have the manifest telling you where to put all of the decals and the coloring guides and what have you there. And that is about the end of this amazing unboxing, or at least for the High Nu here. And we are going to go ahead and look at the nice little ending credits here in the back of this menu and move on to the next one. So moving on to our final kit here of this unboxing, and one thing I wanted to mention is that the High Nu came from Crunchyroll. This, however, is the P Bandai exclusive Nu Gundam full armor set. So this actually came in two different variants here. You could either get the expansion set for the Nu Gundam Verka, which would just came with the heavy weapon set to attach to it, or you could get the version I have here, which comes with a full package. And it also comes with an alternate color scheme as well. The normal version would come as a, I guess you call it pearlescent white, whereas this comes with a bit more of an off-white color. And this thing is just a beast. The box for this thing was huge. You'd think there would have been a second kit in here, but no. These were just two big boys in both of these boxes. So of course we have the parts manifest here, and I'm not seeing any beam gatlings here. Kind of glazing over it. I'm not looking at it in detail, but I just love the Nu Gundam. The Nu Gundam probably might be my favorite Gundam, period. It bounces around quite a bit, but this is one that I'm definitely happy to be adding to my collection. Well, technically, this is the second Nu Gundam I had. The first one I had was the original Master Grade, but that one came out the early 2000s, and it was not it. I ended up getting so frustrated with that thing, I just ended up giving it over to one of my relatives. So hopefully, well, they're probably adult by now, so I can't even say are enjoying it, but enjoyed it. So enough looking around at these pretty images. I say we open this thing up and see what we have inside. And boy, do we have a lot of runners in here. Now, they actually separated this into two categories here. You have the side that is just for building the Gundam itself, and then the side to the right, which has the heavy weapon set, which I love that they did there. Of course, I'm going to end up building everything, but still, it's details that count. So this first runner here, one thing I want to mention is that you can indeed still build the default shield for the Nu Gundam here. So this comes with, again, everything that standard Nu Gundam Verka would, plus the heavy weapon set. It's the full package of both things. Nothing's being skimped out on, even though this is the set that lets you build, again, the heavy weapon set Nu Gundam. You get the Nu Gundam plus that. It's everything. I just want to stress that. But moving on along here, you have Some similar colors to the high new, mostly the grays. We have what appears to be a plate for an action base. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm guessing you get the action base and an action base for the funnels. Some reds there. It's actually kind of a interesting red. It's kind of like a lightish red. I want to say cherry, but no, cherry is usually darker, huh? So I can't say that. And just like the high new, this thing uses a few poly caps, hopefully not in any meaningful areas that are going to affect the stability of this kit and all that good stuff. And this kit came out 2016. The high new was 2014. I don't believe I mentioned that. So again, it's not quite a modern kit. I mean, I'd consider it a modern kit. It's just not brand new. And you have these two amazing looking beam effects. I do not believe these are the original beam effects, as those were dark red. And again, in the early 2000s, where they didn't even make the updated beam sabers yet. So we also have a Amuro signature base here for the funnels. I don't believe it's for holding up the extra model itself, but we also have here water slide decals, and a lot of them, which is standard for Verka. And in the back, we have kind of like this shiny metallic-y sticker. I'm guessing it's going to help make the eyes and stuff look a bit more reflective. So we'll see how that looks like when we go ahead and put those onto the kit itself. And then we have the menu here. I'm going to throw that on the side for now. I still have a lot. Well, no, not many. But we still have some stuff here to look at for these runners. So we have that navy blue. I'm pretty sure that color is front and back. Looks like that's going to be for the shield and some of those extra bits around the body and whatnot. More of that off-white color there. Now, I'm going to be honest, I would have preferred this thing in the standard white, but you know what? The off-white's kind of growing on me, and I get a feeling I'm going to like the way it looks when this thing's all said and done. So some more parts here. I'm not sure if this is for the model itself, or the inner frame rather, or the extra heavy weapon stuff, but I guess we're going to find out soon enough when we eventually build this thing now, aren't we? Now let's get to the menu. So first and foremost, of course, wonderful box art. Nothing different here. Still the same quality images that you expect here from Verka. And also, if you notice there, this being held up on a clear action base. So I'm pretty sure there indeed is going to be an action base included with this thing. And I would be amazed if it could support the weight of this behemoth. Now, of course, just 2 years later, and now we have fully translated instructions and dialogue and specifications. I'm sorry, English is hard. So now I can actually, well, you can actually read what this thing is saying. Hopefully I'm pausing everything just enough for you guys to make out what it's saying. It's a little bit of small print here, but still. We, of course, have the enormous parts manifest here of this guy. Just 2 pages worth. So this thing has a lot. This is definitely going to be a bit of a project here. So left to my own devices, I'd probably end up building a high new before this thing, just because how intimidating this thing is, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll get too excited in building this thing first. Now, of course, we're going to be going inside the menu here, and instructions are about the same, at least visually, from not only the high new Verka, but just again, all the Verkas I've built so far. So one thing that differed from the high new I noticed from this one is I don't see them telling you to build the cycle frame cockpit right away on this thing. Maybe I missed it, but I also want to point out I didn't really gloss over that earlier at the high new, but they have like a colored cycle frame cockpit that you would build. I believe the high news was blue, and this one's is green. I could be wrong, might be reversed. So that's like a real cool detail that they add into this thing. Fortunately, once you build all the armor over it, you won't be able to see it anymore. So when I eventually build both of them, I'll probably end up taking a picture of it and posting on my YouTube channel. There's a section where you can view like screenshots and stuff that I took. And I believe you might be able to have like the community post their own screenshots there as well. When I figured out a bit more, because it's been a minute since I used that, I'll be sure to drop a link or something to make sure that's a bit more accessible to you guys if you don't know how to find it on your own. So of course, sheesh, I don't know what to say here. it just feels really good to have a new Gundam in my collection again. So this is what I'm definitely going to probably put on the top of my list to build. Pretty much all the Vercos that I have in my collection at the top of my list. I'm going to be completely honest here. Like, I can already spoil and say I plan on building the Double Zeta soon, and I will be reviewing the Zeta Gundam soon as well. Now that I have an editing software, that transformation is not going to be a make or break for that review anymore, as it would take me forever to build that. Review that thing without editing software. That's why I've kind of held off on building that. Reviewing that thing for a while. I've showed off in some of my reviews already. If you guys noticed, like the J review and my F90 expansion set review, both of them had the Zeta Gundam featured in it. So of course we are getting to the part of Mania here where we're showing off the accessories. This is like the part for the heavy weapon set accessories in particular. And that thing has just like a shield that would make the GPO2 blush. Like, that thing is huge. I don't know if this thing can actually withstand a nuke or not, but the heavy weapon system is just so big and overkill. And oh, I can't wait to see this thing displayed on my shelf. Now we have what has always been a controversial part of the new Gundam. It's fin funnels. I've heard that this thing is no better than the original new Gundam with its fin funnels, but of course I'm going to build that for myself and see. This thing also mentioned some stuff about the double fin funnel sets here. Like, there's even something in the menu saying how to build a double fin funnel backpack. I'm not sure if that's something they added in just so if you were to get that add-on set, it would work with this, or if the double fin funnel set is included in this thing additionally to the heavy weapons system. But again, when I build this thing and review it, that'd be your answer, because obviously I am not entirely sure what even I'm looking at just by going through this menu here. So finally, we got, of course, the decal and the color guide. So I'm probably not going to put all of the decals on, but I will, of course, put Amuro's signature logo on the shield. Well, I can't even say that's a signature logo. That looks a little bit different from what I'm used to. That A on the left shoulder there, however, is what you usually would see on the shield, if I'm not mistaken. But again, it's been a minute since I looked at a new Gundam, and that is soon about to change. So roll credits there on the menu, and we're going to go ahead and pack this thing up and go on for the finale of this review, which of course is my typical side-by-side look of what I have inside my unboxing here. And usually I guess I already kind of said, hey, which of these you guys want to see me build first? So I'm just going to go ahead and close this long drawn out unboxing of two massive kits here by saying thank you guys first and foremost so much for watching. This has been Rare Matter Reviews here. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next unboxing video and or review, whichever I end up posting eventually. Oh, man. Yeah. It makes no sense how much bigger this box is compared to the High New, does it? Take care, you guys.